Thank you very much for coming today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mary Lightbody. I'm a 30-year career teacher, and what I taught was 8th grade science in the Columbus City schools, and then I graduated with a PhD, so I taught at Ohio State University on the Newark campus, teaching pre-service teachers how to teach science and do it well. I don't know how many of you had a good science teacher, but how about waving your hand if you think you did? Because I'm sure you did, because you are now still engaged in environmental and social science issues. So thank you for your activism, and thank you, your science teachers, for inspiring your interest in science that you clearly still hold. So I was just a teacher, and I was afraid for our democracy, which caused me to run for office in the first place. I represent the northeast corner of Franklin County, Westerville, New Albany, and Gahanna. And my late husband was an environmental engineer, and his specialty was water resources engineering. So for the longest time, I've been very passionate in protecting our streams, our ephemeral streams, our bodies of water. I have been introducing, this is my third term, I've been introducing bills, one to get PFAS out of our public water supply, and another one to get brine from vertical oil and gas wells off our roads. And the trouble is, I'm in a 32-member minority caucus, and for me to get a bill across the finish line, I really must have a Republican joint sponsor. I cannot find one. So I'm going to have to bring forward those two bills without one, so that you and others can continue to raise your voices and help our legislators across both sides of the aisle understand why it is so important that you elect people who care about people, who care about our environment, and in this particular case, who care more about Ohio state parks than they do about their bottom line and their pockets. So I should have brought a prop that I have in my office. It's a map of the state of Ohio. It was given to me by a man who's in the gas distribution business in Texas, who came to lobby me in, I think, my last term to support some bills that were going through the committees that I serve on. It shows where every vertical fracking wellhead is in the state of Ohio, and more to the point, it shows the spider web lines of what is subsurface that you and I don't see. And there are, from every vertical access pipe, probably 20 to 30 lines going out in different directions to follow the shale. Sometimes it goes deeper, sometimes it goes more shallowly, in the areas of Ohio where we have the kind of shale that holds the the gas. I have always been against fracking as an industry, and not only because of its destruction to our land and our subsurface structures, but also because you know and I know that we have climate change across the globe, and we only have one Earth. I am not worried about the survival of the Earth, but I am very worried about the survival of mammals on the Earth. The oil and gas fracking wastewater oil and gas water from those brine wells that goes on our roads is water soluble, and it contains radium-226 and 228, which is broken down from uranium, which then becomes radon. So if you're in an area where there's shale, you may have radon gas in your basements, and you must vent it for your own health. Well, we're putting that same substance on our roads to protect them in the wintertime from icing, and our roads in the summer to protect them from dust. And in both cases, that's putting 226 and 228 right into our water supplies, and they both adhere to calcium. What are your bones made out of? Calcium. So it's going to pose a health risk, long-term, short-term, as you heard from the esteemed doctor earlier. I'm impressed that so many of you are here to register your support on, as we noticed, the rainy day. But what I would urge you to do is to have what I'm calling 5-minute conversations with someone with whom you do not agree on this topic. Friends, family members, someone that you're really close to. Have a 5-minute conversation. Say what you feel about this issue, what you understand. Let them tell you what they think and they understand. And as soon as it gets a little heated, say, well, we got to stop talking about this. Let's talk about them Buckeyes instead. And then you're going to go home. They're going to go home. You're each going to come back the next time, and that conversation is going to extend until pretty soon you're going to get closer and closer together. And in that way, you can help us, you can help me educate folks across Ohio in all of our communities to make sure that we are electing state representatives from non-gerrymandered, fair maps, and it is possible to do it as long as you do not look at where any incumbent lives. When you put that out of the picture, then you can have fair maps and legislators that will represent you. Appreciate the time. Thank you so much.